Imagine this. Someone hands you a bill, not for goods or services, but for care, for a listening ear, a soothing touch, or a kind gesture. It sounds absurd, yet it's happening around us. In paradise-like resorts in the Maldives, guests indulge in bespoke care experiences tailored to perfection, while in bustling hospitals across the United States, access to life-saving treatment hinges on bank balances. What happens when care stops being human and starts being transactional? Care, the cornerstone of human connection, is transforming. From tropical getaways to emergency rooms, it's being rebranded, packaged, and sold. Let's start in the Maldives, a destination synonymous with opulence. Here, every detail of your stay, from the scent of your room to the exact temperature of your pool, is meticulously curated to exude care. Yet, beneath this polished exterior lies a labor force stretched thin. Workers endure grueling shifts, their smiles part of the package. The care they provide isn't heartfelt. It's rehearsed, a performance for profit. The question looms, can care still be care when it's bought? The Maldives represents a microcosm of capitalism's reach into our most intimate experiences. Luxury resorts excel at making care feel genuine, yet their very existence depends on a stark disparity. Guests bask in curated perfection, but behind the scenes, an invisible workforce ensures that every whim is met. The seamless delivery of care requires an intricate choreography of service, often at great personal cost to those delivering it. The irony is palpable. Care, an act once rooted in mutuality, becomes a product for those who can afford it, and a performance for those who cannot escape it. Now shift to the United States, where care takes a starkly different form. Here, a trip to the doctor can mean navigating a labyrinth of costs and insurance approvals. The question isn't what care you need, but what care you can afford. Pharmaceutical giants and insurance companies profit from the imbalance, turning health into a luxury rather than a necessity. The outcome: a system where care is less about humanity and more about margins. In American healthcare, the veneer of care masks a brutal reality. Physicians may want to heal, but their ability to do so is often constrained by economic considerations. Every diagnosis, every prescription, every procedure is filtered through the lens of profitability. The commodification of care here is less polished, but equally pervasive. Where the Maldives offer indulgence, American healthcare offers survival, at a price. The bigger picture: transactional connections across these examples, a chilling pattern emerges. Care, stripped of its essence, becomes a transaction. In luxury tourism, it's an indulgence for the elite. In healthcare, it's a desperate gamble for survival. In both cases, the humanity of those giving and receiving care is diminished. The act of caring, once spontaneous and sacred, is reduced to an exchange, a product with a price tag. To understand this phenomenon more deeply, let us consider the work of Ivan Illich, whose critique of institutionalized care resonates profoundly today. Illich argued that the industrialization of care, whether through hospitals or service industries, disrupts traditional networks of mutual aid. When care becomes a commodity, its authenticity is eroded. The act is no longer about meeting a need, but fulfilling a contract. UFOSOR, Behavioral Economics and the Architecture of Care. To untangle the implications further, let's explore a relatively obscure field: behavioral economics intersection with architectural psychology. Studies in this domain reveal how environments shape human behavior, often in subtle, transactional ways. For example, the design of hospital spaces has been shown to affect patient outcomes. Quiet, aesthetically pleasing rooms reduce stress and speed recovery, while overcrowded, sterile environments exacerbate anxiety and delay healing. Yet, these insights are co-opted by profit-driven models. Hospitals compete to offer premium healing environments to those who can pay, while others languish in underfunded facilities. Similarly, luxury resorts engineer every sensory detail to convey care. But this care is conditional, available only to those who meet the price of admission. The architecture of care becomes a mirror of inequality, reinforcing the divide between those who receive the best and those who receive the bare minimum. Ethical quandaries. Can care be real when it's paid for? This shift forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. If care is driven by profit, can it ever be genuine? When empathy becomes a service, does it lose its authenticity? The hierarchy created by commodification is stark. The wealthy enjoy the best care money can buy, while the less fortunate are left to make do with what little they can afford. This isn't just about fairness, it's about the erosion of what makes us human. Illich's critique becomes a clarion call. He warned against the overreach of industrialized care, arguing that it creates dependency, while undermining genuine human relationships. Today, his insights are more relevant than ever. Whether in the Maldives or American hospitals, the commodification of care reduces people to roles, providers and consumers, stripping away the relational depth that defines true care. A world turned upside down. In a society obsessed with selling care, indulgence in one corner perpetuates neglect in another. The same global structures that enable five-star empathy experiences in the Maldives fuel systemic inequities that deny basic health care to millions. This paradox reveals a deeper truth. When care is commodified, it's not just the act of caring that's compromised, it's our collective priorities. The human cost of transactional care. The commodification of care extends beyond health and luxury. It infiltrates education, elder care, and even friendships, as the gig economy monetizes every aspect of human interaction. Consider the rise of friendship services, where individuals can pay for companionship. What does it say about a society where even loneliness becomes a market opportunity? Here lies the heart of the matter. When care is bought and sold, it becomes something other than care. It becomes a reflection of power dynamics, an artifact of economic systems that prioritize efficiency over empathy. The result is a world where care is no longer a shared human experience, but a stratified commodity, accessible to some and denied to others. The commodification of care is a mirror, reflecting a world where humanity is traded for convenience and profit. As we navigate this reality, we're left with a choice: to accept care as a currency, or to reclaim it as a fundamental, unquantifiable part of our humanity. Before we go, let's consider one final revelation. The same systems that package and sell care in the Maldives and America connect us all, not through shared humanity, but through shared complicity. The question isn't whether we can afford care, it's whether we can afford what we've become.